You're looking at a bunch of studs on this board. Harvey is next. I'm telling you right now, this guy, Trey Henderson, goes out there and looks like a top 5 to 10 running back. And the chirping Charlie is going to say something along the lines of, it's just preseason, Smitty. It's just you were just talking about how preseason didn't matter when it comes to Genty, but now all of a sudden you like it because it's convenient for you. Yeah, well, partly, but what we do is we dig through the weeds. We know what we're looking for, and that's why you're here. We're like-minded monsters collecting together as a conglomerate of fantasy football connoisseurs and dominators, and we're here to win leagues. We're here to win leagues. These gentlemen on board. Tet looked great today. Sanders was fantastic. And maybe he's not necessarily a league winner, but we're rooting for him. And someday he might become one. Drake may look great. We have a lot to talk about. Of course, we have Milroe and we got Horton and the boys. We're kind of trying to focus a little bit on tonight's games. We've got a whole lot to talk about. And then we're going to draft using promo code Smitty. If anybody hasn't signed up now, do it now so you're not scrambling. The link is pinned in the live chat. Click this link right here. Promo code Smitty gets it done as well. Smash the link. Get ready. You'll be scrambling and not get in if you don't do it now. We're talking all of these boys right here. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks, live at midnight most every single night to draft with all of you fine folks, and we're live whenever big news breaks. So those three things, remember. News breaks and it's pretty big, we're probably here doing it live. If it's midnight, you look at your watch and you go, I better get to bed. And you say, wait a minute, we got an hour, 2-hour show to do. We got to get back on the YouTube and check out the show. And then, of course, 8 p.m. Eastern every single Monday through Friday. This guy dropping wads all over the field today. Starting off with a touchdown return, showing how elusive and speedy he is. And then he just is Mr. Efficient, Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. Situation-Proof, defensive, attention-proof. He's just going to be all over the field. This is Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0. And you can say, Smitty, here, there's only one Jahmyr Gibbs. I can say whatever I want about Jahmyr Gibbs. Because we're the ones that called Jahmyr Gibbs. I think we have the ability. If we not only conducted the Jahmyr Gibbs train, but we built it from the ground up. This wasn't a refurbished train. We didn't go get someone else's caboose and attach it to our train. We built it from the ground up, baby. So, yeah, I can say something about the next Gibbs if I want to. And we've been screaming this kid's name all offseason long. He's a part of the HHH and Associates. Drop it right now. Drop it right now.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Do we have a Triple H emoji yet? I don't think we do. Do we? Do we? Am I just blanking? Or do we not? Do we really not? We gotta replace one of them. YouTube's really stingy about how many emojis they give you. We gotta create one immediately. I can't believe we don't have one yet. But part of the HHH and Associates right here, the Triple H and Associates right here. This one right here.
Call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth
Harvey,
and Jupiter.
Who I have a new graphic for, by the way. He's in his Denver uniform. I kind of like the old one. Looks like he's about to tear into you. I like the old one. I'm gonna minimize it in case we want to go back to it. But damn, it's gonna be hard getting used to the new graphic because I love that one. The other one's so cold. I'll probably remove the teams. It's just too much information. So bear with me as I mess around with graphics. But Harvey is a monster, and he's probably next to be seeing increased value. It sucks, but it's like a double-edged sword. When these guys do well, we're hoping they do. Think about, for example, let's see how that hits real quick. That is still cold. I mean, he looks like he's gonna run right through the entire defense right now. So I like the new image. I'm actually okay with it. I just love the old one too.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Look at them!
Triple H and Associates. Locations
Look at those
on
monsters.
Earth and Jupiter.
They're all monsters. Harvey's gonna climb so fast. And the thing about Harvey is that a lot of people were on board, and then now they're scared off a little bit because they're fickle Freddies. They hear things like 5th on the depth chart, and they don't really know the process of things, especially when it comes to Sean Payton, his depth chart. There was a talk as Kamara was a rookie this exact time in August. He was number 5. One depth chart had him 4, and then the unofficial, because they're all unofficial, but this is the official unofficial depth chart, was 3. And we checked with Kruger on that. And Bo Nix was also 3 last year by Sean Payton. So he was 3. Kamara was 3, 4, or 5, depending on who you checked with. The depth chart means nothing. Not to mention, like, the weird part is that Sean Payton's addressed all of the concerns. And somehow, some way, people just, they continue to, you wrote a novel, bro. I'm sorry that happened to you, or if it was good, I'm glad it happened to you, and, good luck. I'm not reading a novel right there. Shorten it up, and maybe I can figure something out. We're sitting here at a advantage point. Now, you're drafting in your redraft league, let's say 2 weeks from now, so the ups and downs of some of these values don't matter too much. The Genty value, you're getting excited, you're clamoring, you're getting real pumped up that you're getting Genty at 2.4, 2.3. But then come your draft, Genty's going to have another run and at playing in a football game, and then he's going to increase his value, and then all this up and down was for nothing. But we do have opportunity points on Underdog or in Dynasty trades, or maybe you are drafting really early in a ESPN draft, or a buddy league's going to draft within the next game. Then you're going to see guys like Genty at a bit of a discount. But what's going to end up happening with Harvey, because so many people were on board, this was the guy that was getting drafted ahead of Hendy. He was getting drafted ahead of Hunter. He was the one player after Hampton that was trying to hug Hampton's ADP as close as possible. And so people have a natural love for his offense, his situation, what they've heard Kamara did. Some people didn't even play ball way back in some of Sean Payton's day. Didn't play fantasy football. And so they don't know. They're just hearing things. And so they hear Denver's good. They think Denver's good. They think Denver's not good. They're not sure. They look at last year and they're like, oh, I don't want a Denver running back. You do. You're not sure because you don't know. But Sean Payton makes monsters. Sean Payton makes Bush pause. Using Reggie Bush's name is always a very risky proposition because even Sean Payton, when he was talking about Reggie Bush, they're like, what running backs have had success on you? He's like, I've had Bush has been but Reggie Bush, you've had Kamara as a rookie, 81 receptions. Alvin Kamara, 81 receptions as a rookie, listed as 3 on the depth chart. Adrian Peterson, so many players in the way. The most crowded situation you could probably come across. Your boy went on NBC Sports Radio and said that before Alvin Kamara even took a snap, he would be a top 5 running back in the National Football League. And everyone said you were an absolute monster, but you're an idiot. You know why they said that to me? Because it was crowded. Because he was listed as 3rd on the depth chart. Because he was too small. But what you're not remembering, or maybe you didn't play fantasy football back then when Kamara was drafted, maybe you did. And if you did, you know what I'm talking about. Sean Payton helped invent the Alvin Kamara size running back. Darren Sproles, all these other players that this guy helped create and helped NFL teams and coaching trees buy into the smaller running back. If it wasn't for Sean Payton, we might not see smaller running backs get the shot that they've got. And so when you look at a guy like Harvey and you say, does this guy have the ability to be Jahmyr Gibbs in terms of volume, in terms of receptions, in terms of target share? And the answer is yes, because Sean Payton. If you don't know that, if you're just going to run your mouth about, no, JK's there, or did he just say Gibbs? Did he just say that this guy could catch 70 balls as a rookie? Yes, I did. And if you don't understand why, then don't open your mouth, because you don't know the history behind it. This is all very, very easy to see coming. Just like JD5 was easy. It's just like some of these things are very, very easy. This is not rocket science. I'm not, even when this is all said and done and I'm correct on this, I'm not even proud of myself. This is so obvious. This is not one of those deep calls to me. This is like taking candy from a baby. And yet the naysayers and the people that, I don't know, just they don't really have a mind of their own, but they pretend they do. They repeat phrases they hear from other channels. They say things like, he's not good on third downs. He won't be in there on third downs. Anybody that said that in the chat right now has heard that. They didn't come up with it. They didn't know it. They heard it and they're repeating it. Anybody, no offense to anybody that wrote that, but anybody that wrote he's not going to be in there on third downs. He can't block. He doesn't have good pass protection skills. Anybody that wrote that, I'm very, very sorry. I'm not reading any of the comments yet, so it's possible you said it and I offended you, and I apologize. But anybody that wrote that, you're repeating it. You're repeating Roger, unfortunately, because Sean Payton creates 70 reception running backs. That's what he does. It's not a stretch. People might say as a rookie, is this guy? You're not listening to me. Sean Payton creates. Alvin Kamara. How many receptions did Alvin Kamara have as a rookie? I'll answer it. That's a rhetorical question. I'm answering the question. Don't worry. 81. How many receptions did Alvin Kamara have his second year? No, I literally am so quick with the marker. I erased it and rewrote the new number. It's 81. What about the next year? 81. This guy, Sean Payton, creates 80 reception RBs. At least 70 is in this kid's future in 2025. Why he's called him his Joker. He said this is, when asked, who is your Joker? Can you explain the Joker role? He went to the podium asking, people asking him questions about the Joker role. And he said, the Joker is what I use as a phrase for a very oversaturated pass-catching monster in my offense. And I usually have two Jokers. I have a tight end Joker and I have a running back Joker. His tight end Joker from the past, Jimmy Graham. Who's the Joker of this offense now? Clearly Evan Ingram. And if Evan Ingram stays healthy, his only crutch, he's going to be a top 5 tight end, which is the reason why Evan Ingram is on the Moon Man list.
The Moon Men, dropping loads in outer space.
So, Joker number 1, unrelated to Joker number 2, there are 2 Jokers. It's not just, oh, Evan Ingram's the Joker. No, you don't understand. Again, let me explain it to you. Sean Payton has 2 Jokers all the time. His Joker from the pass catching room is Evan Ingram. And it might remind you, Evan Ingram's a slot wide receiver that's trapped in a tight end position. He's a receiver. He's a slot wide receiver. Imagine Bo Nix having a slot wide receiver. Oh, he does. His name's Evan Ingram. And he's going to go to the moon. Whether you want to accept it or not, not my concern.
To the moon.
Not my problem. I'm here to deliver. You're there to either receive and absorb or not. It's kind of up to you. Second Joker is an RB. And when asked the question directly in his last press conference before this week started, he was asked the question, who is your running back Joker? And he said, well, there's RJ Harvey. First word out of his mouth. And he said, and, McLaughlin's been going to Joker school. This is coming from Sean Payton. I'm not making this up. He said, McLaughlin's been going to Joker school for a couple of years now. and he hasn't got his stripes. And people took that as in McLaughlin's maybe the Joker because they don't understand what they're saying. He's laughing that McLaughlin never got his stripes. He's attending school and he can't graduate. So the first words out of his mouth, the 2, were RJ and Harvey. That is your new Joker. But no one wants to hear it. And I don't know why, because I scream it every day. Then somebody meanders on into the live stream and says, Smitty, he's not good at pass protection. Smitty, I think J.K. Dobbins is going to be the starter at the beginning of the year. I don't know. I'm trying to tell you every single day, but you don't listen. RJ Harvey's been named an every down back by Sean Payton When someone said, but what about his pass protection? So when you guys say something about pass protection, I have to keep pointing you to the man that's making the decisions. Not you from your couch. You don't decide who gets to be in there on third downs because you heard it on another show. Sean Payton decides, and Sean Payton already told you. He said that when RJ Harvey's on the field, he's staying on the field. He's a 3-down back. He's not a 2-down back. He's a 3-down back. And then the follow-up from the reporter went something like this. He said, well, Mr. Sean Payton, king sire of offensive goodness, but what about his pass protection? And Sean Payton said, when my went on third down, the running back's getting the ball a majority of the time in my offense, Reporter John. And Reporter John stepped back and said, that makes a lot of sense. Why would you take off one of the best pass-catching backs in the draft class on third down when your intention is to design a play for him? He said, we're going to design packages for Harvey on third down. He doesn't need to block on third down. He told the reporter this. He told the whole room this. He's told you this. And I'm in extension telling you this, but some of you still don't hear. You might listen to Smitty, but you don't hear Smitty. And that's okay too, because we need you more than you need us. The doubting Donnies that don't listen to me are not absorbing what I'm saying. We need you more than you need us, because you're driving his ADP down into a value range we've never seen the likes of before in our lives. So thank you. Thank you.
Let him cook.
We owe you a debt of gratitude. We owe you. You're the ones helping us. And I just hope you continue to say the same thing over and over and over and over again. Because with you, we can draft this guy maybe in round 6 for a little while. I mean, it's hard to know. Ted McMillan had a really good 2 catches today. Played phenomenal. Hopefully his ADP stays where it belongs, which has always been very, very a sweet spot in round 5, 6. If it climbs to 5 full time, that's fine. But I'm hoping these 2 catches don't vault him back into a territory where he becomes very risky again. On Underdog, he goes sometimes in late 3, early 4. That is just way too early for even Igbuka, even though Igbuka, I think, is a top 12 wide receiver. Igbuka, I like more than Ted McMillan. And I like Ted McMillan. I just don't love Ted McMillan in the 3rd round. Just like I wouldn't like Igbuka in the 3rd round. It's smart business to want the player in a territory where they can explode from, not have to hit their ceiling value to earn your capital back. So hopefully he stays in good positioning ADP-wise. Igbuka, hopefully he doesn't see some sort of masterful, I want him to look good. Again, it's a catch-22, but look at Genty. We wanted him to do bad. He did, and now look. It's almost like you get what you wish for, and then ensuing all this trash and nonsense ensues after. But we're hoping that Igbuka doesn't go make a name for himself too early, because we know he's going to get there. So hopefully Igbuka, Pat McMillan, all these guys maintain good draft value. Hopefully Henderson doesn't climb into the 2nd round or something like that. I do believe there's still a lot of people that don't watch the preseason games. A lot of upset Ungers, may not pay much attention to it. Scared Scotties. We'll have to see. ADP climbs certainly affect cost of entry desires, right? And whether you're going to jump in and draft a player. You just got to kind of monitor it, and we'll see how all of the cost of entries change in the ADPs. Shedeur looked like a boss out there, throwing 2 tutties, 200-plus yards. I think it was 108 QB rating. He looked really good, and he started out he had a good run, but he looked shoddy on 4th down, loss of downs. He almost got sacked, extremely far back, and he's done that in college. So Sanders is not an option for what? Sanders is not an option for what, Robert? I don't think anybody's following what you're saying. I know you're not saying he's not an option as a starter. I know you're not saying that. Because that would be par for the course for this week. Sanders looks phenomenal. And this guy is sounding put together. He's such a good kid, and so many people hate him. And the people that don't think he's starter material, they just don't know ball. It's just unfortunate. It is what it is, because Sanders looks great. And Sanders has the right attitude. Sanders has been nothing but humble since the NFL draft. And people just continue to rip on him. And they want to hate him because of his dad. They want to hate him because of a lot of different things. And he was poised. And to come back from that first drive, this is why the Genty thing is such a joke, is Genty goes out and has 3 carries and people, you know, are all up in arms right now. If Shedeur had only had that one drive, then Shedeur would have left, you know, preseason week 1 as a disaster and bust candidate for everybody. So that's why it's important when you look at these things to say, well, how many drives did he get? How many times did Genty get a shot? He got 3 carries. You know, so you look at Shedeur's one drive, he failed, and then you look at the rest of the game and he blew up and he looked phenomenal. He looked poised. He looked collected. The boys trust him. The team trusts him. He's the starter. Whether they name him starter in week 1 or not, he's the team starter. He is the team starter in faith. He's the team starting, you know, future starter. And the Browns are capable of messing this up. There's no doubt about that. It's a Mickey Mouse type organization right now. A lot of good players. The fan base is amazing. So if you're a Browns fan, don't take offense to that. But, you know, I'm sure you would agree that this operation's been Mickey Mouse for a while. So, you know, you kind of feel like, you know, you got to look at this thing from, you know, a backed up lens, because it was a preseason game, but you can't look as good as he did and not earn, you know, the respect of your entire team and prove all the doubters wrong, you know, at least a little bit so far. Long way to go, and the team still may not start him because this is, like I said, not a smart organization right now. Great fan base, smart fan base, good players on this roster, but you have a Mickey Mouse run organization that could easily screw this up. How? I don't know. Bunch of different ways. But Shedeur, good for Shedeur. Absolutely fantastic. Good for the kid.
Mashed potatoes!
Yeah, buddy.
Good for the kid. Good for the kid. So excited for him. Just, you know, the thing is, he should have shut everybody up, but the people still running the mouth about Shedeur, the people that continue to say he's not a humble kid. He's not, like, are you kidding me? Did Smitty just call him humble? Like, you're not listening, are you? You really aren't. You really have no idea what I'm saying, and you're not paying attention at all. You really don't. You really have it out for him. And it's so weird that people have it out for him because of his dad. And you can really tell when someone doesn't have a lot of depth of knowledge on like college football or on incoming rookies or really tackling certain situations when they just go at Shedeur. Like, anybody going at Shedeur has got a very narrow perception of football and a very narrow understanding of it, because you know right away. A person that knows a lot of ball is going to at least say, yeah, you know, he looks good and he's definitely got, you know, a lot of climbing to do, and he's kind of been put in a box, and, you know, people can crack under that. So, you know, if you're predicting him to fail potentially from all that, I understand. But if you think he's not a talented kid, if you think he deserved to fall in the draft like he did, then very narrow. But anybody that's been watching for a while knows that this guy's got potential. Whether the Browns screw it up is a whole nother topic. Whether he can put it all together and keep it together is a whole nother topic. Look at Stroud. Look how good Stroud looked as a rookie. You know, anybody can unfold or anybody can go in different directions, but it's just, you can tell who knows what and whose intentions are where when you watch their Shadur Sanders reaction. It's very similar. People that hate Shedeur probably hate Kyron. People that hate Shedeur probably hate Kyron. People that hate Shedeur and hate Kyron probably have zero belief in Milton or Milroe. Like, you got to see it before you can say something like that. The people that hate Milton and Milroe and Shedeur and Kyron most likely hated H.M., but they pretend they don't now. They act like they weren't on that train. They tried to wipe all of the comments that they put out there on H.M. It's like, but it's a type. It's a type. It's good for Shedeur. Good for Shedeur.
Mashed potatoes!
So excited for the kid. So excited for him. Other players that did well. Obviously, we've talked about all the other players. We talked about the Genty stuff enough. We don't need to go there. Anybody that still doesn't understand that situation, I really don't even care to explain it. Torrey Horton, Milrow, we love what's going on there. Halani, I know a lot of you guys want this other running back on the Seattle Seahawks roster to be like some superstar, but there are two elite running backs in front of him. So, if something happens and Walker gets traded, then we have a different conversation to maybe potentially have. But for right now, it really is one of those things where it's just, you're watching preseason and you're getting excited about preseason, and preseason's fun, and there's good and bad. There's stuff you want to take in and stuff you don't want to take in. Some stuff is helpful, some stuff is not. And that's just the way it is. There's not always a rhyme and reason to it. It takes experience. It takes, years of looking at this stuff to know what to throw out and discard and what to accept. And some people might say that's convenient and confirming bias, but it's not. It's about balancing. And I'm very honest when something comes flowing in that I don't like, even if it doesn't fit my own painted narratives, because my narratives are not cemented in. My narratives are, I adjust and adapt no matter what. No matter what. If it was Genty, I would adjust and adapt. I would tell you, Genty, I'm changing directions. I'm sorry. My job is to tell you immediately, and I'm not doing that with Genty. Genty's gonna ball. Genty's a top 5 running back as a rookie. And so there's no digging heels in there. This is years and years and years of being pretty good at adjusting, adapting. And, this preseason stuff can be good and bad for some people, but I think we do a damn good job of knowing what to sift through. And when we don't get anything, you don't judge based off it. You can't look at Genty and go, 3 carries without his quarterback on the field, even at the end of that. And Bowers not being used to stretch the field. Like, you really going to come in and judge that? That's a really bad way of looking at things. But in a preseason setting where maybe, Genty were to have popped off a 100-yard run for a touchdown on the 0-yard line, then yeah, you would probably say, yeah, without Bowers stretching the defense, without his quarterback in there, without working fully together, this offensive line, it wasn't even ready yet. He still did that. That would be evidence. That's not discard it because it's the preseason. You got to know how to pick and choose what to look at and what to make sure helps paint pictures. What round are we targeting Harvey? As late as we can. 6th round seems to be. Let's jump into a Best Ball Mania. Everybody go to Best Ball Mania. Underdog links in the description. Click on Best Ball Mania. We're going to click it in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Green button, Best Ball Mania, go. Anyway, we'll open phone lines here in a second. We got a super chat from Kenny. Kenny, appreciate you. What do you think about trading Worthy and Keaton Mitchell for Hendy in Dynasty? I think you smashed the hell out of that trade. I like both players, obviously, but Hendy is probably borderline 2nd round value in a Dynasty startup, where Worthy is not. So, Kenny, that is an easy smash for me. Go get that Hendy value. Dynasty's different, of course, than redraft, but that doesn't mean I still don't potentially think Hendy's worth more than Worthy in redraft, because he kind of is, worth as much. I think the ADP is different in some cases, and we just got to kind of feel that out. There is a world where we potentially see Hendy climb into Worthy value or not. I don't really know. None of us really do know where his ADP is going to linger. So we're going to have to play that by ear as we get through it. What pick did I get? Number 8 overall. Number 8 overall. Let me see who was in this draft. I didn't take a look and see how many jumped in. I don't know. I recognize maybe a couple names. All right, so we'll wait until we're on the clock here. Let's open the phone lines. Dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
What a day. What a day. What a day. What a day today, what a day yesterday. I mean, aside from the Genty situation, which I don't look at as a bad thing, obviously, and you guys don't as well. The majority of you don't. We had just a phenomenal start, I think, to the preseason. Okay, I'm on the clock here. Let's go ahead. This is Best Ball Mania. Let's go ahead and draft our boy Genty here. And I think let me just share my screen. So we're going Genty at the, and I like HN. Part of me wanted to see if Genty would fall to the 2.5, and I could have tried HN there. But if I was closer to that turn, I would have tried it. But I certainly don't think Genty's falling that far. But it would have been interesting to test it out. Maybe I would have been fun to see. Because I could have went HN and then tried to get Genty, but we'll see what happens. HN's the top-ranked player. Genty would have been the top-ranked player the entire time that these three picks occurred, and this last one. But wow, 4 straight wide receivers, 5 straight wide receivers. Okay, London's still there. HN's still there. Bucky is still there. HN went, so Drake, London, and Bucky. Could we be so lucky to get? We're going to get one of them. Drake, London, or Bucky. Drake, London, or Bucky. Which one are we going to get? My guess is, I don't know. My guess is it's tough. I don't know what this guy's going to do. London. Okay, so we got Bucky. Bucky and Genty. I'm doing that. We'll swing back around, take a look at some wide receivers, obviously, but I'm going best player available. Best player available accounts for, position of need. Let me go over to David 262. If the 651 caller can mute themselves real quickly. David from 262. What can I do for you, David?
You're in a 2 quarterback league and a 2 flex league. It's a salary cap league, but I know you usually don't do those. What would you go harder at? Would you go harder at the QB and it's only a 4-point throwing pass for the touchdown, or would you go harder at the wideout because it is a PPR?
Well, I think in you're saying this
So
the salary
stronger at the wideout position.
Is it a salary cap league with an auction, or is it? So it's an auction draft? Okay.
League, yeah. So I'm debating on whether to go harder for the 2 quarterbacks, or just go hard at wide receiver, because you can get the top dogs. I could get Justin Jefferson, Jahmyr Chase, and spend a lot.
I'm never really buying the top dogs in auction, because you can swing in and grab Kyron for a much better deal than you can get, a Gibbs or Bijan. Now, I am pro 2-headed monster this year, which is something I coined many, many years ago. We're talking 2002-ish, where you draft the top 2 players that are back then was always an RB. It was like, Marshall Falk and, or it's like, the 2 Marshall Falks is what you're dealing with. You're trying to grab the 2 top guys. Tomlinson, you were grabbing the 2 top guys. We haven't really had 2 running backs like that for a while. And Bijan and Gibbs feel like that. So I'm not opposed to that. But at the same time, in an auction, I'd just rather get Kyron and save a boatload of money. I'd rather get Henderson, Harvey, get those 3 running backs. Get Rashee Rice, get Marvin Harrison Jr., get Garrett Wilson. Get players at that level. And then, oh man, my phone line hung up. Dial in again, DJ, and whoever I was talking to. I'm sorry, the line just disconnected. 617, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Buzz from Boston.
Buzz, hold on one second. Let me just make this pick real quick. This is tough. I'm going to go Devontae Adams here. It feels a little early, but he is the highest ranked receiver. And I don't mind it. Adams looks phenomenal right now. I'm a little worried that this isn't weeklies and he could get injured as we start moving and meandering on down through the season. But I do think that, this is still good value. And in best ball, if he did miss a couple games, I still think he's going to be pretty phenomenal during that stretch. That he plays, and then, if he comes back, let's say, and he just gets banged up for like 2 or 3 games or something like that, and he's still, electric, then I'm fine with it. It's not my favorite pick, but I do like it. I'm not opposed to it. I was going to maybe go Kyron here, but I think this is a smart play. This gives me flexibility for this turn here. Is that phone caller I was still talking to on the phone? I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, it got disconnected. Okay. And then my other question was, what do you think's deeper this year? You think rookie wideouts are deeper, or rookie running backs? Because I hear you talk a lot about the running backs.
The running backs by far. I like the receivers, though. They're both deep. There's no one is not deep in the other. It's just, you're talking about so many RBs, bro. From Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt to Brashard Smith. I mean, you're talking so many running backs. The top 20 running backs are going to get infiltrated by this entire rookie running back class. It doesn't stop with the top 3 or 4. There's a potential for Jaden Blue and Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt and Tootin and all these guys to infiltrate the top 20. Like, they're not saying all of them, but we're going to get handfuls of running backs from this draft class. And we're going to get a good amount of production. Let me just grab. Let's go Rashee Rice here. So we got Adams and Rice. We got Bucky and Genty. I like this team. It's a best ball mania, so we will have to endure potentially 4 to 6 games for Rice, but I still really like the value here. Was tempted to go Worthy, but the only thing is there's no way Rice would have went down and back. If I was closer to that turn, like I was talking about over here with the Genty H-Hand thing, I would have maybe tried to push it because I think that Rice would float on top for a little while tonight as the ADPs are adjusting on the speculation that we're getting a 4 to 6 game suspension. But keep in mind that I've been expecting 2 to 4, and so 4 to 6 there's still overlap there. And just because it says 4 to 6 doesn't mean it's 6. So we gotta not assume always the worst, and I'm taking advantage of this value still. I don't care even if he misses 5 or 6 games. Rice, as long as I'm scoring points and it's best ball, so I'm not getting any zeros anywhere, I'm still scoring in that spot. As soon as Rice comes back, as long as my team's on track, I'm golden. Especially if you get into the first round of the playoffs, then none of that matters. So it's not something you run from. To finally answer your question, I got to go to the next caller. In auction, bro, I'm not going heavy on someone. It's Superflex though, right?
No, it's straight
okay.
QB.
Then yeah, bro, you're waiting for Bo Nix, you're waiting for Mahomes, but the key to auction is to not call your own players out, bro. You don't call them out. You don't.
Okay.
Don't get impatient and just say, "Well, I want Nix now," and you call Nix's name. Don't ever call them out. Let your players be called out by somebody else so that they stay off the board as long as possible. You want people spending money so people start thinking about their decisions instead of just blowing a wad. Okay? But don't buy costly guys. Bargain shop. All right, go ahead with your next question.
Who do you like more, Harvey or Henderson?
Henderson.
Are they both kind of neck and neck?
Henderson could be the number 1 running back in this draft class, bro. He really could. He really could. I love that is not with Najee? That is what?
With Najee Harrison out, you don't think Hampton could take it over? Like the number 1 spot, or you think?
Well,
because I know I said Harvey.
Genty's the number 1 spot. Let's be clear.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying Hendy has a shot, and Hendy's my number 2. Hampton's right there. I love Hampton. I love him. He's a HHH and associate. I mean, this is like when people call in and go, "Which kid do you like better?"
In a jam.
Which kid do you like better? Tell me now.
Triple H and
I don't.
That's true.
I love all of my children. Harvey going early, that really hurts. Because that was the man of the hour. I was really hoping because
I think you're good at running back though.
Yeah, I know, but he's the man of the hour right now, and I wanted to draft him. He was kind of near this pick. He was about 2 players down. I think when it went down. I'm gonna move this because this was a rank. This is not the actual top available guys. So I'm gonna move that until I reset that. That was a rank from another draft, and it just stayed up there. Yeah, so I was hoping that Harvey would have floated the top with, everybody's panic, but, going around 5 is par for the course for him. Joe Burrow is still there. Deebo Samuel is there. Igbuka is there. Igbuka I want very much, but I don't think he'll fall to me. His ADP is not likely to last at 74. So right here, I got to decide if I go Burrow or do I grab Deebo or Igbuka. I'm remembering that I have Rice out, but I just can't pass on the Burrow value. It's a home run. It's such a home run. Every pick I've taken has massive upside to win a league, to be a $1 million, $2 million team. Genty, Bucky, Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Joe Burrow. That's a phenomenal start. And while it would have been fun, and I still probably will draft Mahomes when he swings back around because I love bully QB, it would have been fun to have Igbuka or Debo there. And I don't know that I'll get one of them back. Maybe Igbuka falls, but it's highly unlikely because the buzz is humming. His ADP is at 74.7, and my pick is at pick 80. So not likely that I'm going to get lucky with that. There he goes. He just went. See, he's going earlier and earlier. His ADP is 74, but he's going 70, which means that in 2 days' time, his ADP is going to be 70. Then once it's 70 and people start reaching on him there, it's going to go to 68. Before you know it, this guy's going to be in the 60s. All right, my man, I got to go. What was your name again? What was your...
Eric, it goes under David. I seen you making fun of people last night. They're always under their parents'
262 and David. Okay, I got it. Thanks, David.
I'll
put it in. I'll put it in the system. All right, thank you. All right, let me go to the next caller here. The next caller is the 617. Where are you calling from? 617, and what is your name?
Hey, it's Buzz in Boston.
Buzz in Boston. What's up?
Hey, I just wanted to tell you I've been listening to your stuff since the off season, and I lost 2 championships in a row, and I'm like, I gotta nip this thing in the bud. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and I just want to run over the quick rookie draft I did, and I just want to thank you so much for all your insight and stuff.
Yeah, bro. You got.
I got into this Dynasty, and it was like a dispersal team kind of draft thing, like 3 other teams.
Okay.
And then I landed the 104. And at the 104, I grabbed Hunter. I was in between Hunter and Henderson, but I knew the running back depth at the end of the draft is pretty good. So, and then I did this trade for I had Goff. I traded Goff in the 206 and 307 for the 108 and a 4 and a 5, and I got Mbuka. I got Mbuka there at the 108.
Nice, bro.
And then I remember you said something about Tyreek, and because I had Tyreek, and I traded Tyreek in a 5, and for the 208 and a 4, I got 2 in.
Nice, bro.
And then
I like your moves.
And then I got Blue at the 302, and then I got
nice.
I just did one last trade. I got Bateman. I traded Bateman for the 410. And I got Keaton Mitchell. It was like a free agent rookie draft. And I just snagged Rashad and Jacoby.
You got all rookie team. Make sure you got some veterans to carry you. You don't want to have no points at any point if something happens. But yeah, no, I like your team, and I'm sure it's a big roster, so you can house all those players. But that's awesome, bro. Nice job.
Not really. It's only 25, so guys are
that's
like
pretty big.
Passing on guys. So,
yeah, no, that's big. Just make sure you. One pitfall people have, though, if they have a bad year under my, direction or help, you could say. I'm not saying I make picks for people, but the one thing that people end up doing wrong is they draft all of the guys that we're hyping that don't have the lock on the lineup yet. So, example would be more Moon Men. Jupiter Men are all just monsters, but they're values. So, these guys, you draft a team full of these guys, you're fine. But it's when somebody grabs like all of the more riskier calls, like the Moon Men or something. It's like not all of them are in the lineup yet. So people, you just gotta be careful. You have enough, support. This here. Jeez, man. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh boy. Oh boy, I can't help myself. Let me merge DJ in. I'm doing it live. Let me also just mention this little tidbit. This stack right here is insane. I am going to score so many more points than the rest of my 11 in this field. If obviously other things got to land, and I trust my ability to go find some of these gems later. Like Horton, we'll get a bunch of the boys in the fold here that we love. But to have Burrow, Mahomes, and Bo Nix in a 1 QB I get it, but it's optimal scoring. It's called triple bully QB. There's no one outscoring me. There's no one outscoring me at the quarterback position. I'm going to dominate everyone and annihilate them into little itty-bitty pieces. So we'll see if... I don't want to say it here because I think there is a couple snipers in the building, but I think we're going to get our next player, which this should complete the stack. So this is a strategy that dominates the quarterback scoring, and which is the highest scoring position in this contest. Like you get so much more points for a quarterback, and if you're getting, let's say, for those that don't understand it, you can only start one QB, no need. Let me explain it to you. Let the big boys handle this, my man. This isn't something I haven't. I do this all the time, my man. Relax. Okay, so when you get, let's say, 370 points for Burrow, and you're getting 365 for Mahomes, and you're getting 362 for Bo Nix, the thinking is, between all these guys, when they're having their low weeks and having their spike weeks, I might get this up to a 500 total point by the rotation, which is optimal. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. And then Evan Ingram is there. So now we got the Evan Ingram, Bo Nix stack. I got the Mahomes and Rashee Rice stack. I've got Genty, Bucky, Adams, Hunter with Rice, the triple QBs, dominating the highest scoring position in the land. That is best ball. This is a crazy team. Woo! And I'm a man of bully QB, strategy, especially when you bully QB outside of the top 5 rounds. Like, I didn't draft a quarterback until round 6. So I didn't waste opportunity of missing lineup spots. Now, granted, Rice is going to probably miss 4 games, maybe 6, but we're sitting here at 4. I'm going to get 500 points from my quarterback rotation. I'm not getting the 360, like the comment you just read a minute ago. Like, no need, it's one QB. Like, we know what we're doing. You think I'm out here drafting and I don't know how many QBs you start? This rotation is insane. All right, hold on one second, phone line. I got to prepare and make sure I land this pick. We got Charbonnet out there. We got Trey Harris. We got Luther Burden. Tell me in the chat who you like of these names I'm reading off. I like Marvin Mims coming up here. Shaheed is there. Oh, he just went. He was down a little ways. We've got Luther Burden, Trey Harris. Trey Harris was nice until Keenan Allen landed on the roster, and I still love Trey Harris, but he's more of a midseason monster now, potentially. I think I'm going to go Marvin Mims, who is, if you look at the data, let's go Marvin Mims. This is a fantastic pick here. Marvin Mims was on pace for Travis, are you out there? What was that number we calculated? I think it was a top 10 wide receiver, maybe a lot higher than that. If you extrapolate Marvin Mims's usage across an entire season, because he wasn't used until right around when we hit double-digit weeks. So Mims is going to potentially be a top 20 wide receiver this year. And if you hear Sean Payton talk about him, and if you hear how the staff talks about him, and you hear how Bo Nix talks about him, they want to move him around even more this year. He's kind of like, almost like a little bit of a joker, part-time joker player in this offense anyway. Look what I did to the quarterback board. I mean, these guys are scrambling after. We have Purdy going around 8 because of what I was doing there. I got people to pull the trigger pretty early. Mims is fantastic. And for those that are crying and complaining about going 3 QBs, let's take a look at what I passed on. Jaden Higgins in round 8. I took Nix. I like Jordan Mason, Michael Pittman Jr., Purdy, Higgins, Mixon. I do like Tyler Warren, but I got Ingram, so I don't care. Cooper Kupp, Shakir. Did I really punt a position that I needed? Or did I go ahead and say, give me Nix? I'm going to have a top 6 quarterback. I have 3 top 6 quarterbacks. Maybe one finishes 7 or 8. It's possible, but in my mind, I have 3 top 6 quarterbacks. This is going to be unreal. Is this best ball? Yes, it's best ball. All right, hold on. All right, phone line. Who was I just talking to? I was talking to the 617 caller. Is that right?
Yo.
All right. Anything else?
I have one question about. I got the 103 and another rookie draft coming up, and it's another deal. I got like a dispersal team, kind of orphan team. So at the 103 and I got the 201, I was thinking I can hold tight and just get depth, or I can try to move up for Genty, or just sit tight and grab somebody, grab depth or whatever, talent.
Hold on a second, bro. Hold on one second. So did Bigsby go already? I guess I'll take Ray Davis here. With James Cook holding in right now, likelihood of injury, the fact that they want to use Ray Davis anyway. He had 6 touchdowns last year. I'm sorry, repeat the question one more time. I'm sorry, man. It's hard to do this while I draft, so if I have to ask again, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I took over another team, like a full.
I can't really go over full team things, but ask me a specific question, because I'm in the middle of drafting. There's no way I'm going to retain
the 103 and the 201.
Okay.
And the top end talent's pretty good. Should I hold on to that 201? Because
it just depends.
Super flex my waters.
I mean, I don't know. It depends what you can get. It depends what you're giving up. Like, there's no vague. I can't really give you vague advice on that. Versus what? Keep the 2 versus what?
Give up the 2. I have 2 2s, and give up the 2 2s and the 103 for the 101.
Oh, for the 101.
Yeah.
I mean, I want Genty bad, bro.
Okay. All right, cool.
I want Genty real bad. Hell yeah. Let's go.
All right, I'll let you know how it goes.
All right, man. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go Dylan Sampson here. So my running back arsenal is as follows. I got Genty, Bucky, Ray Davis, and Dylan Sampson. The bye weeks, I have Bucky and Dylan Sampson on the same bye, but that's it. So I'm good there. My quarterbacks are 10, 10, and 12. And then Adams 8, Rashee Rice 10, Hunter 8, and Mims 12, Evan Ingram 12. Solid team. All right, I'm sorry. Who's? Let me see if I can find the phone line. 1 second, bro. Who's on the phone line here? 651. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, Smitty, it's Alex from Minnesota. I got the boys streaming the live. Hype.
Attaboy, I appreciate you. What can I do for you, Alex?
All right, fella stream with me. Rashee Rice and a mid to late 27 first for Justin Jefferson. Is that crazy or what?
I say it again. I could barely hear what you're saying.
Sorry, King. Rashee Rice and a 2027 mid to late first for Justin Jefferson. Is that crazy?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I told him. I said I have him. I'm preaching the gospel here. Mm-hmm. You know, we're playing Settlers of Catan, watching the stream.
I appreciate
loving it.
All right, man.
You know, I appreciate you.
Tell the boys what's up.
You know what? I will. You know, I'll make them members. We'll all be going to Jupiter soon.
I'll send you to Jupiter now. Here you go.
Oh my God! What a guy! All right, God bless you.
Bring a sweater. Bring a sweater. Bring a hoodie.
Okay.
Bring
I'll put my lawn socks on.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Bring the attic.shop hoodie.
That's chilly. All right. Hold on. What are we thinking here? What are we thinking of the 13-8 here? Ray Davis with the beautiful eyes. Yeah. Dylan Sampson, great pick.
We got it. All right, hold on 1 second, bro. I could go Pat Bryant here to get Huff to Mims if I wanted.
I like Pat Bryant more in Dynasty. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, Keenan Allen.
Ooh, that Keenan Allen. I think that's a good one.
That's smooth. That's smooth because he's gonna catch some footballs, man. I think he's
Oh,
gonna.
yeah. Oh my God, bro! I'm
I
a
think it's
Roma
gonna
Doomsday truther. I was watching him rob me last year. I said, "Stop! Why are you catching so many balls, bro? You're old. You're bald. What are you doing? Stop robbing me."
He's gonna keep doing it. All right, man. I gotta run. Appreciate
Yeah,
it. Tell
he
the
is.
boys say later.
All right, see you, dude.
Hang loose. Hold on one second, DJ. I'll be right there. I just need to make sure I prep for this pick. So I've got in my wide receiver room, I've got Adams, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims, Keenan Allen. Pretty good receiving room. Evan Ingram. My running back room is Genty, Bucky, Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson. My quarterback room is unreal. It's Burrow, Mahomes, and Bo Nix. Just unbelievable. Pat Bryant's still there. I love that. I want Torrey Horton later. But let me just skim down and see how far down he is. He's 208. So probably the next turn, unless somebody's going to snipe me, but that would be really early. Dante Thornton, we still like him a lot. There's nothing wrong with that pick. Ja'Cory Krosky merits there, but I don't know. Let's see what at tight end we could go. I still have faith in him. I know Likely's having the surgery, or he did have the surgery, and I know he might be out a couple weeks, but I still believe that because Ingram's a baller, but he's injury prone, and Likely is going to be back, then I still think Likely can be a league winner when he's in there. They want to give him a big fat extension. He got hurt, and now all of a sudden that's in question. He's going to be fighting for money. So I'm going to go ahead and say Likely is still a player that a lot of people want to avoid, but in best ball, I'm still very, very on board. At this ADP, we're talking around 14. He's a bye week 7. Evan Ingram's a bye week 12. I still might look at a player like Arroyo later. I'm going to go ahead and queue him up. Wide receivers, I still like Pat Bryant a lot, but he'll probably get snagged between now and the wraparound. Not sure who in here is sniping. I'm telling you my game plan, and it might backfire a little bit. But we've got the reason I'm okay with Pat Bryant not getting snagged is I have 2 wide receivers that I still very much want to grab, and I don't want to get to a point where I can't grab one of them because my room's full. I've got Adams, Rashee Rice, Hunter, Mims, and Keenan already. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by grabbing the other 2, I'm going to actually have 7. And around 15, 16, 17, 18. So if I grab 2 of them, that means I'll have 2 more picks. So I'll need to grab probably another tight end and another running back, and then we'll be full. So we'll go. I don't want to say who I'm grabbing here because I don't want them to get snagged. I already seen a couple players get snagged a little early. And, one of the big players I wanted in this draft with this build would have been Ibuka, but I would have had to have taken him instead of Burrow at 40 or at 65. I was hopeful he'd swing around to that Mahomes pick, and I would have taken Ibuka for Mahomes for sure. Because I would have had Burrow already, I'm fine. But once you get to this, how do you decide whether to bully quarterback? You got to ask yourself the question of, are the players I'm foregoing right here, is it going to kill me not to have them? And when I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Mahomes and Knicks, and I like Mason. I mean, I like him, but I'm not losing by passing on any of these guys. So that's when you decide to go bully QB and can smash it. All right, so I might go a little early on these 2 gentlemen. It looks like by ADP, I probably I'm going to go Royals now just to make sure he doesn't get snagged. This is a very safe cuff to my boy Rashee Rice. So now my wide receiver room is just looking filthy. Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice, cuff to Royals. Hunter, Mims, and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen as a wide receiver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is solid in best ball. Really solid. I would have went Ja'Cory if I needed a running back more than Royals, and I wanted Royals. I really like Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, but Royals is an important part of this build. Love my boy, Woody Marks or whoever I end up going with that next pick. It looks like we're a pick, what is this, round 15? Let me scroll down a bit. DJ, you there? I might have to cut you off while I'm drafting, but go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Go ahead and knock out your draft, man.
Well, let me
All
just
that.
hit this
I'm
pick, and
watching.
then we have a little wait until. So I'll come to you in 1 second. Okay. My next pick is pretty obvious. I've been saying his name over and over and over. Let me show the Moon Man list.
The Moon Man, dropping loads in outer
The guy I'm
space.
taking may or may not be on that board. I'm gonna hold off. And we got him. We got our boy. We're doing it live. Torrey Horton with Royals, with Keenan Allen, with Marvin Mims. Let me scroll up so you guys can see the whole thing from top to bottom. We've got from that Genty pick, Genty, Bucky, Adams, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix. Look, getting the triple bully QB and still pulling off the depth of this team is really, really solid. I mean, Evan Ingram, Marvin Mims, Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson, Keenan Allen, Isaiah Likely, who is just going to be a weapon for later, Royals, and Horton. There's no, I didn't get thin because of the 3 QB stack. I didn't. And I'm going to dominate everyone at quarterback scoring week in and week out, and that's going to be my meal ticket. It's going to be my meal ticket. The rest of these teams are going to be down because I'm not hurt. I have no holes because of it. I didn't start the bully QB process until round 6. So I didn't create any holes in my lineup. It's crazy. Yeah, but bench has lots of upside. It's a great upside on the bench. Just unbelievable squad. This might be a pizza party. Go ahead, DJ. Pizza party draft.
Best show on the planet. And that quarterback, you've cornered the market, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. From a standpoint of any variance with your other players and in that 6th round, you have consistency. You're going to win each week at quarterback. There is no variance. So anything that's maybe lacking in 1 week with your upside, yeah, this is, what do you call it, a pizza party?
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
And for anybody
Exactly.
doesn't know why, it's we're gonna have the biggest pizza party known to man for the community. I can't buy tickets out, but we'll provide the venue and all the pizza and wings and soda pop you can drink.
Well, it looks like that might
T-shirts.
be the case, man. I like that squad.
Yeah.
And again, that corner in the market. But I wanted to say, players that win the preseason seldomly win, the fantasy season. I mean, you guys were talking about this on your 8 p.m. show and with BPQ and Travis. And even now, I like how you speak in terms of what the previous ADP was for a lot of these players should actually remain, because there's a thing about draft capital. There's value in season versus preseason. And a perfect example is Torrey Horton, right? 5th round draft pick, landed in the perfect spot. Only person he had to jump is MVS. So from a standpoint of win-win, and when we're looking at a preseason winner or superstar, Horton we can believe. You see, and we know he's going to get on the field versus players that might be drafted a little bit higher in terms of that draft value. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I said that already on the show. But you're hammering it home is fine. But what I've said was you got to know when to understand that something is evidence and something's not evidence. And it's not self-confirming bias where everyone's like, oh, you're just confirming your own bias by pointing out or cherry picking or saying, oh, you don't look at the preseason with Genty, Cade Otton or Mason Taylor. Kind of like Cade Otton. But Mason Taylor is good, but he's still a rookie. I'm going to go with Cade Otton. I'm going to go with some experience there because Likely is going to be out for a little while, and unless something were to happen to Ingram right away, I want somebody I feel like is going to get the work. But I do think Taylor's got maybe more upside, but I think I want safety with that pick. But anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of people say, well, if you react that way to Genty, you can't overreact on Hendy. But it's taking in information. It's, you might call it bias because it does, not you, DJ, but somebody might call it bias because it doesn't jive with their opinion. That's fine. I mean, if Genty had gotten 15 carries with the starters, with Bauer stretching the field and everything, and he didn't do anything, there'd be a conversation. But the fact that he's on the field even without Geno, and there's no stretching the field of any kind, there were 3 draw plays, and everyone's like, the line's awful. Like, no one's playing together fully. Like, there's no conclusion to draw there. But even if Hendy had done well with piecemeal offensive linemen and everything, and I know it was against backups, whatever, it's still important to note how quick he is and use your eye test. It's not just that the stats were there. It's that he looked explosive. He looked untouchable. You couldn't catch him. You couldn't put a finger on him. Like, it's wild to me if people don't understand the difference. And when they can observably take in information and use it, and when to discard other information. But yeah, we talked about that, and I agree with you. Let me put this team on screen. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's absolutely right. So, we speak about what Joe Horn in Carolina, definitely like carving out a niche or what have you. But we have to temper expectations in terms of, when the actual season starts. Even with Horton, like MVS, he didn't even play. But, when you think about it, when was the last time MVS didn't play in a preseason game? As if like, okay, so just from that depth standpoint, the Chargers and the O-line in Hampton, real quick. I don't know if you're up on the clock.
Yeah, real quick. No, real quick. Let me just review the team real quick, and then I'll go straight over to you for the Chargers take, which I think is a valid take, and I'll leave Harvey on the screen and Hendy because it's going to be a good topic to jump back into real quickly. The team so far, I mean, I know I toot my own horn with some of these drafts, but I also tell you when I'm a trash team. I'm very, very open about whether I like my team or not. And just because I like it doesn't mean it's not good. Just because I hate it usually means it's bad. Best Ball Mania, triple bully QB from the 6, 7, and 8 rounds in a row, back to back to back. Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Bo Nix. I'm going to outscore everybody by... The projection for Burrow is 332 points. So again, to kind of understand what the bully QB stack is for, especially when you just do 2 QBs, but you go Burrow's going to be projected for 332 points. Mahomes, and I don't agree with necessarily these exact projections, but Mahomes, let's say, is getting the 330, and then maybe Bo Nix is going to get you 313 is what this says. The thing is, these guys are going to pop off at different times. And if you have 2 of them, you're going to capitalize on some of that. Having 3 of these guys, I believe that if we take the average here, 332 points for Burrow, the highest scorer of these 3, according to the projections, and we take 332, we divide that by 17, that is 19.5 points per game. So 19.5 points is what Burrow is getting you to score 332. I believe that this combination, you're going to have spike weeks. You're going to have 28 points some weeks. You're going to have, 31. You're going to have sometimes even higher than that. I believe that having these 3 guys bully QB together in optimal scoring, well, I don't decide who starts. The highest scorer starts automatically for me. I believe I'm getting somewhere along the 25 to 27. And I'm guessing here, and I could be way low. I kind of feel like I'm guessing very conservatively. So 19.5, let's turn that into 25. 25 points a game times 17 is going to give us 425 instead of 332. And that's a very conservative number. I think it could be, I said 500, that might be a little high. I think maybe 450 is possible, 450 plus, just because of the fact that there's 3 of them. I bet you if I just had 2 of them, it would be somewhere along the 400 to 420. But having 3 of them to rotate, through and get that that 30-point game, that 25-point game, that 27-point. Like, I don't know that I'm dipping below 19.5 ever. And that's the average with the highs and the lows of Burrow. So it's just such a and the problem with it is that when you've got a bully QB, you're doing it with a third or a fourth rounder, and then a fifth, and then a seventh. I did it in 6, 7, 8 in a row when it was kind of a dry territory for wide receivers and running back values, meaning that I see Ray Davis as just as valuable as the guys going where Bo Nix and Mahomes went to some degree. I see Marvin Mims as valuable as some of the wide receivers that are going where Bo Nix was going. So I picked the right perfect place to deploy the triple bully QB, and I don't get hit hard at all. So Bo, Nix, Mahomes, and Burrow crushing quarterback scoring. And not to mention, the other thing you got to think about is the whole goal here is to get out of this, group of 11, right? And so you exit this group of 11 later, and you got to also think about the fact that, like, I've annihilated in some respects this quarterback room for everybody. So I have a huge advantage against the field to make it far. Okay, so let me go back to this real quickly. See if I can put this up. Okay, so Burrow, Mahomes, Bo Nix, Genty, Bucky, Ray Davis, Dylan Sampson, Keaton Mitchell. I love the Keaton Mitchell pick. Could be league winning. Devontae Adams, who I didn't love that pick, I'll be honest with you. Ended up being a very safe and good pick. And we'll see what it does. He looks really good right now. He's running crispy routes. He looks fantastic. He probably scores double-digit touchdowns almost with ease this year. I worry about his age. I do, but it's best ball, so it won't necessarily haunt me all year because it's optimal scoring. Meaning that even if he goes down during a game, as long as Keenan Allen has more points, Keenan Allen's going to replace him during the game, and I don't get hit by the missed game. So Devontae Adams, Rashee Rice, cuffed to Royals for the suspension. Travis Hunter, Marvin Mims, who's a sleeper in this format. I mean, he's probably going to score, I don't know. He could be like a top 20 wide receiver this year. He is a sleeper. Keenan Allen's so underrated, and playing with Herbert, it's like they never left, Horton's such a sleeper, and then Ingram, Likely, and Kate Otten. I love this team. This feels like this is a total Smitty team, but this feels like a team that's going to dominate. Okay, go ahead. So, per your request, let's talk real quickly about Hampton and the Chargers room moving Alt over to left tackle because Slater's out for the year with the patellar tendon injury, which again is way better than an ACL tear or anything like that. And I can tell you from certainty that it is because I've suffered both of them, and I was running after about 4 or 5 months after the patellar tendon tear. So it's a lot better. The recovery is a lot easier, especially if they do the surgery immediately, which I assume they did. I don't know. Let me see if we can find the report on that. But go ahead and talk about this Chargers offensive line. Hampton, whatever question you have, and I'll answer to the best of my ability.
Well, losing Slater, it can't be good. But we all know that Harbaugh and company, in terms of the offensive scheme, the run and the emphasis on getting the players at a mall, it's inherited, right? We got Micaiah Becton that came over, and he's in the right place, Harbaugh, and, Roman, in terms of being able to, help develop him, who was the first-round pick. Also moving over to the left tackle. Pickens, who was the first-round pick, is still there. And then we have Zion, right? So, it can't be good. You're losing Slater. So, I don't want to imply like, it's a good thing, we'll be okay. It hurts.
Real quickly, DJ, guys, hit that link. I just dropped it. It's pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done as well. $10 minimum on Underdog, promo code Smitty. And we're going to go into I heard there's a puppy out, so let's go look for it real quickly. Hang tight, DJ. Just hold that thought. I don't mean to interrupt you. We're going to go over to, is there a puppy? Somebody said there's a puppy. Is the puppy back? Puppy 3. Okay, $5 puppy 3. Click that. I haven't clicked the green button yet. Just click it and pull it up. 20-second draft, puppy 3. While DJ continues, I'm going to interrupt him again when I'm hitting the green button. But right now, everybody hit this link. I'm dropping it one more time. It's pinned in the live chat. Underdog will match your first deposit 50%. It's a $10 minimum. These are $5. So if you do the $10 minimum, you'll get $5 in bonus credit added to your account on top of your $10 minimum. So you'll have $15, which means you can do 3 of these $5 drafts. You could have 3, get more skin in the game. You could have 3 teams that you're rooting for. You could draft right now, tonight, tomorrow. You can draft one of them tomorrow night. You can draft one of them later tonight after we're done. And you can draft one of them now live with us by doing a $10 minimum using the link right here. I'll drop it one more time. It's pinned in the live chat. Code Smitty gets it done, and the link's always in the description of every video. So before I hit the green button, DJ, keep going. And I will say, DJ, I do believe the Chargers still, their offensive line, while people always want to overreact to a negative piece of news, if you step back and look at it, they still have a better offensive line than a lot of teams where we're drafting, all of a sudden, we're considering drafting other running backs ahead of Hampton because of this news. Like, it's still a good situation with a good staff that can coach up the line, and they've got good depth. I'm not worried about it that much. It's not good, like you said. He goes from, I calculated this earlier, if let's say he was going to get 4.7 yards per carry times 265 carries, that's 1245. So if he goes from 4.7 to 4.5 yards per carry because of the line, just adjusting it, times 265, that's 1192. So you might be down a good, I don't know, could be, let's just say worst case scenario, 100 yards rushing. That's a lot, but it's 10 points, and maybe it makes this team pass a little bit more. All right, guys, 5 seconds, hit the green button. 4, 3, 2, 1. I just punched it. 5 more, 3 more to start, 2 more to start, 1 more to start drafting. Boom, it's full. If you didn't get in, you got into an overflow draft with other people from the show. That's great. It's fun. You'll be fine. Don't get mad if you don't get in. It's kind of hard to get in, but it's still damn fun, even if you're riding alongside of us. All right, DJ, go ahead.
So yeah, Hampton will be okay. I think Travis was talking about Vidal the other day. That backup running back is key because we know that we're going to run, they're going to run the ball. But Hampton will be perfectly fine. Harvey, I'm going to just say this and leave it at this. Javonte Williams had 70 targets last year. Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. And, that was tops amongst number 3, 4, top 4 in the league with only 52, receptions, was still top 6. So, just from a perspective of Harvey, as you stated earlier, with Payton's system, it's inherited. I mean, that is what it is. So, and I'll leave it, at that. Caleb Johnson, he's got to be better than Najee, right?
I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you, bro, because it's easy to say that. I know everybody wants to say that, but Najee never missed a game. Najee was playing in a vanilla system, and we're judging him his totality of his career in that same system. We're talking about, being held back to some degree, I think, in that system. And, I don't know that Caleb's going to be good, but Caleb's also still, he's still trying to fend off Warren. And if Warren got hurt, I think I'd be on the Caleb train a little more. But he didn't have an impressive combine. He's been struggling in many ways in camp. And Warren's been a camp star. He always is, each offseason. And they anointed him the starter. Now, granted, I know that, the draft can change that. This is a puppy draft, by the way, where the prize is $100K to first. It's basically the same format. I don't know, man. I'm just not a big Caleb Johnson believer because there's multiple obstacles. There's the Steelers. There's Aaron Rodgers, who neutered the value of Breece Hall. And I'm not... let me see if this is with our community, but I don't know that I recognize everybody. And I'm going to go H-Hand here and see if Genty will fall. But I think we might have... Oh... Yeah, I think this guy's our community, right? Is this the D money from our channel, or is this D money for some? If this is not D money from our channel, I think Genty will fall, but he might not. Yeah, that's our boy. That's our boy D money. That's all right. That's all right. I got London or Bucky here. I just want to see if that would work. Where are we gonna get Genty? I don't know. In our community, we're definitely not getting. Now, do I go running back again here? Or do I go BT? I'll go running back again. I don't know. Our community is tough to say. Like, if I draft outside of it later or something, I might notice Genty fall, but it was worth a try. Because I definitely wouldn't have got Achane at the turn. But I probably would have still got Bucky. So Genty and Bucky, but it would have been the exact same team I just drafted. So I don't mind a little variance here. But just so people know, Genty should go at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 if you don't like the pick. But I don't mind anybody taking Achane over Genty. Achane, look, he could be the number 2 or 1 running back this year. We love Achane. Nothing wrong with Achane. But just don't say that Genty's going to be trash. If you say, I love both of them, Smitty, but I'm going to take Achane, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. DJ, what was I saying?
We were talking about Caleb Johnson. And great point. I get that. But I think my thought process is just basically around the system. I mean, Najee Harris is a pro. I won't take anything away from him. Stupid in terms of what he did with the whole fireworks, But he's a pro. Great point. But just hasn't been very efficient. So from that standpoint, I don't think it really kind of matters. Caleb has some talent, but Arthur Smith is Arthur Smith. It's not like Najee's been hitting it out the park previously. So just from a standpoint of that running back role, and Warren I think, want to do Warren things. So I think that's my thought process in terms of just the positional. I'm not going to rule out the idea that I start getting on the Caleb Johnson train. I won't pretend I'm conducting it. I'm not like that. I will definitely be like, hey, do you have a room on here? I wasn't really on the train, but I'd like to. I don't think it's like that. But I'd like to get again. We stay fluid, right? Yeah. Can I just sit on the? I hear you.
Can I hang on to the end of the caboose and just kind of drag me along? I wasn't here. I'm sorry. This is my walk of shame. But the thing is, I don't know that I'm going to feel that. I don't think I'm going to come back and be like I should have been higher on. I just don't. I think he'll be good at times, but this is Arthur Smith. This is Tomlin. This is the Steelers, and most importantly, it's Aaron Rodgers. All those components involved. We just saw what happened to Brees, man. I'm just feeling like, I don't know, man. Man, do I gotta go Adams again?
Yeah, all valid points, and I definitely get that. One last thing.
Adams here. I'm gonna do it again, I guess.
Yeah, what do you think?
No, I'm just talking out loud that I didn't want to create the same team again, and I definitely drafted Achane instead of Genty, but to make it different. But I couldn't pass in Adams again. I feel like this is a pretty good last resort wide receiver. JSN is still here. Should we go JSN instead of Rashee Rice here? Let's go JSN. This is like one of those, like, they're not crazy, make you go, wow, when you see this wide receiver room, but it's one of those wide receiver rooms that can hang with anybody's just kind of like quietly. You know what I mean? It's such a good receiving room. This could be wide receiver 7 and 9. Something like that. All right, DJ, anything else?
Hollywood Brown, right? With Rasheed Bryce's upcoming suspension before 6 games, even if there wasn't a suspension, hasn't been much talk about him in terms of what his role will be in comparison to like Bryce and the rookie running back.
Yeah.
So thoughts on Hollywood Brown?
Yeah, I would say this. I would not rule out, just like we see things, we think things are going to happen a certain way because we love the player, right? We say to ourselves, this is going to be a guy that ends up flourishing because the talent's there, but then the situation doesn't quite let him. Case in point, Ben Sinnott last year. Amazing talent. And I still love Ben Sinnott. This is potentially the next George Kittle. It's just he can't be used yet because Ertz is playing well. But remember, the guy that identified and drafted George Kittle, the guy that drafted and knew who George Kittle was, drafted Ben Sinnott. Same guy. So Adam Peters knows what he's doing. You just got to be careful, right? You can't assume that certain players are gonna, rise up and like Jalen Royals is what I'm getting at. But then at the same time, you've got to look at the details, and this one I think is a little different. Whereas we're thinking it's Royals, and then all of a sudden say, wow, it might not be Royals. Royals seems to be they drafted him specifically for the Rashee Rice role if Rice gets suspended. Similar to how Igbuka was drafted a lot because they knew what was going on with Godwin and we didn't. Hold on one second. Let me just make my selection here. You guys are sniping like crazy. What am I going to do here? It's a little early because he's normally a guy you'd probably take that next round, but if anybody's watching right now, this is our like-minded community drafting together, and so the gap between players gets shrunk down to where there's no fat. All the fat's trimmed off, like no one's grabbing guys we don't like, and so you end up seeing that the board tighten. And unfortunately, by the time you get to about this territory, you're about a round early on some guys, and it makes it tough. It makes it real tough to draft in this environment, but that's the fun of it. And I might have to reach like a madman here. I'm gonna do it. America Igbuka. So Adams, JSN, Debo, Igbuka, Bucky, Achane. Kind of a unique team. Lots of firepower in the wide receiver room. Little bit of a reaching going on, but it's a total reach fest at this point. I mean, I'm trying not to reach too far. I mean, Igbuka's kind of climbing into round 6, so it's not that crazy. DJ, what did you just ask me? I was talking about something.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
And the.
So I think
Yeah,
I think Royals was drafted to play. I don't think, and the fact that he's getting so much run, him and Brashard Smith are running with the ones and playing wide receiver, obviously both lining up at wide receiver. Royals looks like a dominating machine too. He does not look like he's just learning the game. He doesn't look anything like a rookie. And I believe he is in that spot. Hollywood Brown is the third wide receiver. And I think just because Rice gets suspended, he doesn't slide over. I think he stays where he's at. And it's Royals that steps into that role. But we'll know more, I guess, as the preseason moves along. But my early read on it is that Royals is taking Rashee Rice's spot while he's out. It's not Hollywood sliding over and then Royals going into the Hollywood spot. I don't think it's that way. I think they're prepping Royals and keeping Hollywood where he is. And not to mention, Hollywood can't stay healthy, so they can't really count on him anyway. He's kind of just like a bonus if things go right. I think Jalen Royals will outscore Hollywood, but anything can happen.
That stands a reason. And I've just realized I'm actually in this draft with you guys.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah. I am Why You Mad, son.
Okay.
Actually, I'm on the clock.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm going to hang up.
All right, later, bro.
Try and jump in.
All right, later. I think he's the next pick, actually. So he's right here. So Laporta just went. And I like your team. You got Hampton, Hunter, Harvey. Oh, all right. I see what you're doing there. Lamb, Hampton, Hall, Hunter, Harvey, Olave. Not a huge fan of the Olave pick, but bro, I like the way you got it going on here. I knew that Mahomes would probably not make it to me, given that the Rice and Worthy owner would probably be targeting him at that spot. So That's all good. And Pacheco, I see Pacheco climbing more and more. And I do like Pacheco. There's upside, especially if you cuff him to Brashard Smith. It's not a bad move at all. This board is getting kind of wild looking. It's definitely wild. I'm not taking a chance with you guys. Snipers. So we're going to go. See, I had a feeling you would have taken Knicks if I didn't take him right there. So Knicks, Egbuka, Debo, JSN, Devontae Adams, Bucky, Irving, and a Devon Achane. That's a really, really solid looking squad. I like it. I like it. I like my other team more. I'll tell you that. This squad, I feel like, was best ball mania too. Oh, let me draft real quickly, and then I'll show you. So, this guy, he ain't making it back to me, so we'll just do it now. We'll do the Knicks and Ingram stack. My lineup is completely full. I have literally my entire lineup full. I have my tight end in Evan Ingram. I have my quarterback in Bo Nix. My flex is going to be Egbuka. My 3 wide receivers, or maybe Debo's my flex. My 3 wide receivers are Adams, JSN, and Debo. Egbuka in the flex. Again, Nix and Ingram in the tight end and quarterback spot, and then Bucky and Achane in the 2 running back spots. So that is my full lineup. Very balanced, complete lineup, already drafted. Everybody else is a backup. Feel like it's a really, really, really high producing, high upside unit. I like it. Didn't get Harvey in either one of these drafts. The man of the hour, unfortunate as it is. Super chats. Did I have any super chats? Let me make sure I didn't. Let me go back. I think I may have pulled something on the screen here. I'm sorry if I didn't answer these yet. 6605 and then BW, both here. Hopefully you guys are both here. Um, 6605, 1.10 in a 12-man. Who should I target at the 1-2 turn? It's a great question. B-Dubs is here. 6605, you here? Hopefully you're still here. I'll keep checking for you, but who would you take at the 2? Like, look at this draft here. I mean, Genty and London, Genty and Bucky, Achane and Bucky, Achane and London, Achane and Genty. I mean, any combination. If you ask me, BT's even in the mix for me. I like St. Brown too, but for some reason I'm more comfortable with London and BT this year. And so my advice would be a combo of that. What would be my preference? If it's running back hungry and you know the receivers will fall, then an Achane Bucky or an Achane Genty or a Genty Achane or a Genty Bucky. So 2 of Genty, Achane, and Bucky would be my preference at the turn for you. If it's very balanced type situation, then you could go London or BT without much of a concern, my man. I still love grabbing 2 big dog quarterbacks in best ball. It's always going to be my approach. I'm probably never going to look at it differently. When I have a team where I've got, JD5, I still want at least a Kyler, at least a Dak, preferably a Bo Nix or a Mahomes. But I'm always wanting 2 solid quarterbacks so I can maximize that optimal scoring, what the best ball allows you. Here, I've got a long way down and back. I love guys like Trey Harris. I like Luther Burden. I hate his situation. I need a receiver here. I don't need a receiver. I want a receiver here. And we'll smash the Marvin Mims value yet again and cuff it to my Mims and Ingram and Nix and just kind of tie that all together. I'm going to be rooting Denver all year. I got so many Denver shares on teams. Harvey, Knicks, Ingram, Mims. I love that. I believe that last year's Best Ball Mania was won. The team that won Best Ball Mania had Burrow. And that was probably like a 6-round pick, I would say. It had Chase Brown. And Brown was, I believe he was like a 6-7 round pick last year. Kind of depends on when you drafted. Then it was Jahmyr Chase. He was around 1. And T. Higgins. And T. Higgins was probably like around 4 or 5 or something like that last year, if I remember correctly. So Best Ball Mania was won with this quad. And Jahmyr Chase wasn't, I believe, even used in the championship team because he had a bad week 17. T. Higgins had like 2 or 3 touchdowns. I forget what the exact line was. But Chase wasn't even used. But this team was affordable. You could buy all of these players without spending any high picks except for this Jahmyr Chase pick. So if you're trying to find a replication of that formula, Knicks is going in round 7 to 8 territory. Harvey is going in round 5 to 7, depending on where you draft. Mims is going in, usually 11. I took him a little bit early, but like 11-ish territory. And Ingram is going in, where did I get him? Like it's around 8 to 10. So if you want a Best Ball Mania quad that is very, very similar, that has similar upside, and the cost of entry is even better because you can gift wrap this with the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and 4th round pick. You don't have to use any of your top 4 picks. You have 4 even stronger players to add to this stack. And so it is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best combos to use to try and replicate last year's winning strategy. Almost on the clock. I thought it was on the clock. Go Jaden Blue. So that's my 3rd running back. I've got, look at my wide receivers though. Adams, JSN, Debo, Ibuka, Mims. I mean, very, very deep crew. Love that. Guys, if you want to draft like this, all you got to do is go over to Underdog, promo code Smitty. That link is in the live chat pinned. I'll drop it one more time right here in the live chat. Make sure you hop on over to Underdog using code Smitty. Code Smitty will get it done and do it live. Smash that code, smash that link. It inserts code Smitty for you. Go Dylan Sampson. So Samsonite, the briefcase, I've got him and Jaden Blue. I've got Bucky and Achan, feeling real good about the RB room. But join us in doing a draft. Code Smitty. The link's pinned in the live chat. Links in the description of every video. Use code Smitty if you need to. What do you guys think of this squad? Phone lines are open.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Brought to you by the Attic.shop. Get your movie apparel. I should show this more if you guys want. This is some of my favorite apparel. I'm going to start wearing these hoodies as soon as it gets cold. I'll have one of these bad boys on. My favorite one. I like this spider one, but I love the Godzilla versus the Thing. I love this King Kong versus Godzilla. These are all cult classic movies. The backstory is that the owner he has a printing company, and we'll be promoting that printing company, the overall printing company as well. But they found the Attic, the Attic.shop. That's the website, Attic.shop. Links in the description of every video. They found these prints that they had the rights to. So like you can't just go putting King Kong and all of these brands, these movie brands everywhere, but they bought the rights to all these exact poster boards, and you can use the poster boards. They have the rights to them. They can use them on whatever they want, wherever they want, whatever. To a degree, I'm sure. I'm speculating on what they can put it on, but and you know, they print this poster board on the shirt. They have the rights to that, and so they found this in the attic and like, we can print these shirts. So they created this whole business off it. It's really awesome. So these are all vintage. It's crazy. It's an awesome story. But what a cool company. And they've been a sponsor here for, I think, going on 3 years now. I love them. I beg them back. I've had people come to me and say, hey, we got like this, you know, we can make football shirts or whatever. Like I have my own merch where we do, you know, if you want any of my merch, it looks like this. You can go get all that on the YouTube channel. You can just click on, this is all the merch here. Bijan running back 1, him at the university. We got all the other shirts. Just click on the store link on the YouTube channel. There's, you know, home playlists on my YouTube, lives. I'll go Brashard Smith, and I think we're done at RB. Blue, Samson, Brashard Smith, Bucky, Achan. Done. 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 So go get your merch. But anyway, I was saying that I always beg them back. I'm like, you know, I need you back. I want you back. I love working with The Attic. The Attic.shop. They're formerly a Grindhouse, but they're called The Attic.shop now. So do it live. Wide receiver. I'm going to go early on this because you guys are just snipe monsters. I'm going to go Horton here. Anywhere near around 14, 15, 16. I'm not worried about ADP really, especially in this crew. I'd rather just get my guys. But don't do that like in the single digit rounds. But when you get into like around 15, the one reason you got to think of it that way too is do not worry about ADP in round 14, round 15, round 16, because you're having to balance like certain positions anyway. Like you might be taking one more wide receiver. You might be taking one wide receiver, one running back, a backup tight end, and a backup quarterback. So you're literally taking one more wide receiver. And the quarterbacks, the tight ends, and the other players might be more fitting in those other rounds anyway. So if you were to try and force something, take a player you don't necessarily want because their ADP is better, you might not get the right combo. So you kind of have to just use rounds 14, 15, 16 to do whatever you got to do. All right, dial in.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Oh, getting tired here. This will be the last one. Your boy's exhausted. We do a lot of lives. What's up, Crackshot? We're doing a lot of lives in here, and this is the third one of the day, plus the video upload this morning. That's 4 videos in one day. We don't stop. We just don't stop. We don't do it. I don't know if I'll have a video tomorrow morning. I think the videos will maybe be... They're definitely going to be Monday through Friday, and I think during the weekends, we'll have to play it by ear how that works, but Saturday morning, obviously Sunday morning, there'll be no video, but we'll do a live stream Sunday morning to kick off. Early morning live stream. So my team so far, I've got Bo Nix and Kyler, different bye weeks. I've got 12, 9, 10, 9, 10 at running back. I'm fine with that. There's some risk to that, but you got to have risk somewhere with the bye weeks. 8, 8, 12, 9, 12, 8. So I need no 8 at wide receiver. We'll go Arroyo here. So I've got Ingram at 12, Arroyo at 8. And then I need another wide receiver here. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. You know what I would... Oh, man, I wish I would have done this last draft. I didn't really... I ran out of spots. Yeah, I think I'm going to take... I'll go... I'm sorry, whoever has Rice. I'm going to go Royals here. I was going to tell you something, but I'm going to wait to say it. So I have 2 more picks left. I need a quarterback and a tight end, potentially. I don't have to. I can double up at a RB or something if I want and just go light. I usually grab 2. I usually do a 2 or 3 tight end, 3 quarterback build almost every time. It's pretty risky to have all of your best ball teams ride one player, whether it would be a QB or a tight end. It can. There's pros and cons to it. There's definitely pros to it. You know, the pros are if you hit, you have variance of, you know, beyond belief. You know what I mean? It's kind of like having, you know, 500 shots of a full court, you know, shot versus having like 2, you know, whatever. You might, if you put all your eggs in that one basket, yeah, if you miss, you're done. Like if you were doing like different contests, let's say, and you're like, I want to go 100 shots on this full court shot versus, you know, throwing a football into this garbage can and like you could go different. You could have different amounts and attempts at all these different contests, but in terms of like your build, if you land what you're trying to execute upon and you have 100 versions or 1,000 versions of it, you're gonna have so many variants that one of those is gonna be a massive land. But if something goes awry, you know, a good case in point would be that I had Pacheco and Coleman on a lot, not all of them, but on a lot of my NFL preseason hires and lowers where you're projecting how many yards a player will have on the season. And I landed so many smashes, but it seemed like on about 60% of all of my contests, I had Pacheco or Coleman on like one of them. You know, one of those was on there, or Rashee Rice. And so I got blasted, even though I had such a good, you know, contest set up for that. And so you do got to be careful. It happens. 100%. Hampton and Hunter have been ballers, bro. Season long. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to go. I timed out. I wanted Yoshi, but now I don't get I don't get a backup tight end, or I don't get a backup quarterback. I got bye weeks taken care of, but now I don't have a backup. Damn it. I think I'd probably rather have the backup QB than the backup tight end. So we'll go with Milrow here, and we'll roll with 2 tight ends. Different bye weeks, though. You know, Ingram and Arroyo, kind of risky. One's a rookie. Don't really know how that's all going to shape up. We're hopeful. Obviously, we love him. And then Ingram's kind of injury prone. You ever dabble in season-long bet Mims line 550? Love that. Yeah, that's definitely free. You gotta be careful because I mean, anything can happen. Like, look at this one right here. Let me see if I can find it. I got it right here. So I have a couple really awesome ones, and we do only underdog here. But this week 1 Rice line. I mean, now we're probably not going to get it. I don't know if they push that, if he's suspended, or how that goes. But this goes to show that you never know what's going to happen. Yeah, Mims is going to crush 550. DW, he's going to crush it. This right here is, you know, it's unfortunate, but that was a nice number, 53 higher for Rice. And this is way before the suspend. But if he still gets, you know, no suspension, I think he's going to get a 4 to 6. But I mean, man, 55.5 rushing yards for Achane seems like taking candy from a baby. This one right here, $100 is paying, I think, $1,200, I believe is what it is. So $100 pays $1,200 on this one. Marvin Harrison, 6.5 TDs higher. Bucky, 1,074.5 higher. Brock Bowers just has to get 6 TDs. Malik Neighbors just has to get 7 touchdowns, and Lamb has to get 9. So if that happens, that's $1,200 off of $100 there. This is one I did for $10 right here. Rice has to get 53 yards in week 1. So that's an example of where, you know, you can get bit, but you also get advantages. You know, here's another one. 77 receiving yards for Lamb, 53 for Rice again. So you can have like this amazing contest and take advantage of the early bad numbers and then get hit by one small thing. It's part of it, though. It's part of the fun. You know, it's fun. It's fun. But those things are crazy when they happen. You're like, good Lord. But this one right here feels really solid. I feel like that one's gonna be gold right there. So is this Achane week 1. We'll have a weekly show on this, so get ready for that weekly show coming up. Thank you, and yeah, hit that higher. Yeah, Broncos are gonna crush it this year. They're gonna be so potent, so potent. Let's hit these teams. Look it over. Jamar Chase, Lamar's just way too early. This is not a weekly winner. He doesn't go there at all. That's crazy. Jacobs, Flowers. I mean, the team fell flat because of that. Look at Team 1. Who is Team 1? Oh, God, that's the guy that super chatted. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's good. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't like what you did there, though. I don't know. You can be honest with me. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. We're sitting there disrespecting the Lions, and I just disrespected your team. That's you, right, DX? Oh, no, that's not you. You're DW. Okay, good. That's not you. Okay, I don't know who this is, but this was badly done. Lamar. Look at the team. I mean, Chase, Lamar, Jacobs, and then it's just Flowers, DJ Moore, Diggs, Matthew Golden. Like, this got punted. This got punted. Slot 2, Bijan. Sorry, Bijan. It's going to take like a year for me to get this. Bijan, Marvin Harrison, Josh Allen, Sutton. I like Sutton, but, oh, man, I don't know. A team's got some players like Brian Robinson Jr., Swift. Yeah, I like the ETN Bigsby. That might have been the saving grace for that team. Yeah, that's not you. Sorry, I saw the name and it looked very similar. Okay, it was DX instead of DW. It's wild how close it was. Membership super chat. Okay, I got celebratory messages. Hold on, let me get this real quickly before I get distracted. Dub 12-month membership. Smitty Do I not like Kittle? Around 4 value pick. I do like Kittle in 4. I've taken him, I don't want to say quite a bit, but I've taken him there. I think what happens, my boy, is that I love Hampton, who's now going a little higher. I've loved Rice, who's now probably going to drop a little bit. So you might see me grab more 4th round Kittle, because now with Rice and, but if Hendy climbs into 4 and not 3, I'm taking Hendy over Kittle every time. So there's the problem. There's just somebody I love, that falls in there. Best ball, Hunter in late 4, mid 4 to late 4, and in non-best ball, I love Hunter in 5. What's a good question? Barkley, Taylor, McConkey. McConkey in the 3rd is great value. Walker, Burrow, Myers. It's a good team. TP, that's a good squad. Gibbs, AJB, Garrett Wilson, Pickens, Hendy. Those are 3 really good receivers, considering you waited at running back 2 and you got Hendy. I like it. Laporta, great value. Laporta. Fields and May, great value there. Kraft, I like a lot. Very good team. Lamb, Hampton. Who was that? That was Nick. This one's DJ, I think. This Lamb team. He's Madsen. I believe that's him. I think so. Lamb, Hampton, Hall, Hunter, Harvey. That's great. Olave, Hawkinson, Prescott, Scatterboo, Hollywood, T-Law. I like this team a lot. I don't love Olave, but I also don't hate him, because you can have spike weeks. But, I think because Olave's your 3rd receiver and you need to start 3, and then Hollywood's your 4, I guess the only thing I'd reverse engineer, my boy, is I would have taken maybe... that's the thing, is it was Snipe City. It was Snipe City up in here. I mean, I guess I don't hate what you did. It's really tough. Lamb. Okay, so nice team. Top 4 team in this draft for sure. Jefferson, Bowers, Kyron, Rice, Hubbard. Is that Rock Out? That's Ray G. I knew it was one of the regulars. That's a total Smitty built team right there. Jefferson, Bowers, Kyron, Rice, Hubbard. I don't love the Addison pick. Addison, Mahomes. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't hate it either. Holmes, Coleman, Charbonnet, Spears. I like Spears and Sharbs. It's good. Very good. Top 16. Am I running out of top 6 spots? Neighbors, Chase Brown, McBride, Worthy, Ridley, Pearsall. Yeah, it had a really good start. I'm not saying it went downhill or anything, but like Ridley, Pearsall, Caleb. I like Downs there. Around 8 Downs is good value, but I think people are too high on him usually, but that's a good value. Dobbins, yeah, Caleb as your starter, he just took a bath. But I love the beginning of that team. That's what draft slot. What 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's JP. All right, and then after JP, it was Storm with the McCaffrey, BT, Tyreek. Yeah, I think you got some good upside, no doubt. I'm not suggesting that Tyreek Hill and McCaffrey with BT and Hurts, if like in Cook, if it all fires off, like you could definitely win one of these things, the entire thing. But that's you can't just, you can only use the but when McCaffrey's healthy, he's the best running back. It doesn't fly with me. It doesn't. That saying doesn't even make sense anymore. Like I don't understand why. If LaDainian Tomlinson came back from fantasy football retirement and was the same player, I would win a league with him. Like, you could say that all day about anything. It doesn't make it true. And Tyreek Hill is such a head case. This guy is going to ruin fantasy seasons. And falling to 3 is a better value than where he goes. This community is smarter about where to take him, so you didn't get a horrible value there. Hurts is good value. Cook, that's good value considering, but I still think Davis is going to take a lot from him, and there'll be regression like crazy. Guy barely ran for 1,000 yards. Barely. It was all touchdowns. Nico, this team. I don't even know if I'm going to read the rest of this team. What is this? Is this RDJ? What are you doing, bro? Is getting no running. I mean, I do like Connor, especially if you got Benson later. I don't know if you do. What are you doing here? What are you doing back there? What are you doing back there? I mean, your running backs aren't winning this tournament. Connor, maybe you tried it and it didn't work out, and you obviously know that. Connor, Monty, Mixon, Aaron Jones, Roshan, Miles Sanders, DJ Giddens. No, thank you. Brock Purdy, McCarthy, Stafford. I mean, for what? I mean, you got great receivers, but, like, did you need T. Higgins? Is T. Higgins that important there, RJ? Like, do we need to take T. Higgins as one of 5 straight wide receivers, or can we divert with T. Higgins and say, we can do without T. We can do without T and just get an RB. You know, reverse engineering this, my guy. I would much rather have, I mean, the running backs you got blasted with the running backs there. So I can understand why you're thinking that, but like maybe you go JD5 there instead of T. Higgins. I mean, I want JD5 over T. Higgins all day long. And then, you know, I don't know. It's a tough situation, I guess. At 57, you got sniped like a madman at the running back position, but that's just too many. All right, next team, which is my team. I was going to say, this looks pretty good. HN, Bucky, Adams, JSN, Debo, Egbuka, Bo Nix, Evan Ingram. That lineup is set right there. That's the perfect lineup drafted in order. Kyler, Mims, Jaden Blue. I like it. I think it's top 4, but I don't know that it's the best. There's some good teams here. Ray G's is great. A lot of good teams in this draft. Henry, St. Brown, Kittle, Evans, Kamara, Judy. There's upside there. Baker. I like that. That's from MC. And then D-Money from the 12. Genty, London, JD5. McLaurin, Devontae Smith, Waddle, Jennings. Not a fan of those wide receivers after McLaurin. I like Devontae Smith. I don't love him. I don't really even like Waddle's value. And I don't like Jennings' value. I like the Mason pick. I hate the Pittman pick. I like the Tyler Warren pick. I like the Tootin pick. I mean, Mason and Tootin could maybe have you in a strong position, but I guess I just want better receivers for this strategy. Like if you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide receivers in the first 7 rounds, meaning you're drafting 5 wideouts and only 2 other non-wideouts, and your wide receivers are just Devontae Smith, Waddle, and Jennings, I'm disappointed, coming out of that. Maybe you are too, and you tried it, and you're like, damn, this is not. Let me give you one piece of advice. Don't try extreme approaches with the snipe environment. If you try extreme approaches inside a snipe environment where people are just taking all your players, you're going to be left wanting more. Because it's hard to do diverse and wild, unbalanced approaches when people are taking all your sleepers. Because how are you going to recover? You didn't, right? So you went early wide receiver with the intention of recovering at RB or recovering somewhere else or getting the right receivers. And you didn't because everyone's grabbing everyone early and there's no fat left. Everybody's closed in. Derek, appreciate you. Chris Godwin and 10-team PPR going 7 and 8 rounds. Is that good? No, it's awful. Godwin's not going to be ready for the season. He's injury prone. He's older, and he's who knows how healthy he's going to be. And if he starts the season on the PUP and misses the first 4 games, like who knows how healthy he's going to be. And Egbuka is going to outplay him anyway. Egbuka is the real deal. Doesn't matter how good Godwin was last year. He's on pace for the number 1 wide receiver before he got hurt. But look, Egbuka's here. Egbuka is a better player. He really is. Egbuka is a superstar. A superstar. So no thank you on Godwin. No thank you. Rock Out, you're live. What's up? Hello, Rock Out.
Yeah, this is Cougar.
Did you just call him a cougar?
No, that's fine.
Oh.
Can I give you my name?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Terrible team.
Hold on 1 second, real quickly. Just let me just correct this this bad information that King is trying to shovel out here. King says Godwin is already healthy. No, he's not. Let me handle the news, King. I got it covered, bro. I do this all day, every day for a living. He's not healthy. The last report on Godwin is that he's going to miss a couple games. So I don't know why you're saying this, and people might actually believe it, bro. So I had to call it out so that people know that this is not good information. Sorry. Go ahead and rock out. Still appreciate you, King. No hard feelings, but that is wrong. Go ahead, rock out. So you're talking about Cougars.
No. Quarterback Murray, Penix, Milrow. Running back Henry, Harvey, Pollard, ETN, Little Bill, Woody Marks. Wide receiver Collins, JSN, Mike Evans, Debo, Kyle Williams, Michael Wilson. Tight end Kraft, Ertz, Fannin.
Nice job, my boy. Nice job, my boy.
Got a little risky with the wide receiver and then try to make it back up with the running back.
Yeah, I like it. Nice work. Yeah, Godwin probably starts on IR and misses the 4 games. Now, if they think he could be back before the 4th game, like let's say he returns for the 4th game, then they would not put him on IR because even if he was only going to play one of the 4, like the 4th one, because they'd be like, hey, it's advantageous for us to get Godwin in there. But I think that what you're going to find out is that he won't even be ready. So they're going to say to themselves, like, he might be back for the 4th game, but he might not be able to play the whole game. And so then they just would say keep him on IR and he can get in, shape and hopefully get ready to go. But yeah, it's, Godwin's a good player, but at some point you got to come to the realization that he can't stay healthy. What's the deal with Judkins? I mean, I doubt Judkins plays 20-25 at all. And the fact that people are even drafting him is crazy. It's madness. Like when he even comes back after he gets a 6 to 8 game suspension, which only happens after he gets signed, which only happens after his case is over. Do you think the job's waiting for him? Dylan Sampson's not letting it go. So Judkins is a nothing burger. And I hate to say it, it's not about the person and innocent until proven guilty for sure. But we're talking about the man's fantasy value, not about who he is or whether he's innocent or guilty. That's not up for us to debate. We don't have enough facts to even cast judgment on the situation because we cover the situation very in detail. And there's a lot of he said, she said stuff, or a lot of he said stuff, really. But at the end of the day, it's it's a bad pick. Anybody taking Judkins is punting a pick. Especially in a redraft or best ball where you get 0 points for the entire season, you're going to be done by the time. If he didn't even come back by week 12, who says he's starting? All right, go ahead, rock out. What else you got?
You think McMillan's gonna jump too high? That's like you can't take him.
If Ibuka jumped to round 5,
McMillan.
Oh, McMillan. Yeah, McMillan goes in the top of 4. It just depends on. Yeah, probably not. The 3-4 turn is not a good place for any rookie player that is not like Genty, Hampton, Hendy, and Harvey even climbs to the 3-4 turn. I'm fine with it once he does climb there, and if he does climb there.
Yeah.
But I like Tet and what he's doing for sure, but he's got to stay in that top of 5 in order to really make sure you're getting your bang for the buck.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But, if Ibuka, just to be fair, if Ibuka climbed to round 3, I wouldn't take him there. You're
right.
Having to have him explode to get your value back, and even then, it's really hard pressed. So when Tet climbed to 3-4 in the Underdog best ball drafts, it was crazy. That's just insane. Like, why you? But now that he's living in 5, I love it again. Tet's a good player. Like I've said over and over and over again for all the people that don't hear me. I say it every time. I repeat it. I beat a dead horse on it whenever I talk about Ted McMillan's 3-4 turn value that I don't like. I always clarify he can be T. Higgins if all goes well. And guess where T. Higgins goes? The top 30, top 35 in almost any format. That is pretty damn respectable. I'm not saying he does that this year. I'm saying that's what he can become. And he can become it pretty quickly, like by year 2. If all goes well, he is T. Higgins. He's JSN. JSN's going in the 3rd round. So, yeah, eventually Ted will have 3rd round value if all goes well, and that could start next year. But you have to be careful not to take him there right now. You got to leave room for improvement. And even for Igbuka might get drafted in the top of round 3 or mid round 3 next year, if not higher. But you can't take him there now. Even though he's one of my biggest breakouts, he's going to win leagues. People that get Igbuka are going to be jumping into these live streams saying, Smitty, give me an Igbuka mashed potato, and we're going to do it. We're going to mashed potatoes. Yeah, buddy. All right, Rockout, I got to go. I got to go work out so I can stay on course. Guess how much I weigh, Rockout, and congratulations on you staying on track as well. But guess how much I weigh. Remember, I started at 221, or 221 to 222, and my goal is to get to 200. And guess what I'm at now? In the chat, you can guess too. So I was at 222 when I started.
207.8.
Hold on, Rockout. What's the chat say?
206, 208. 208.
Rock out. I kid you not. Hold on. 207.7.
Yeah, close.
Jeez, rock out. On the money. 207.8, he said. He didn't even say 207. He said 207.8. I'm 207.7. That's wild, rock out. That's some amazing accuracy. Amazing accuracy. What a guess. What a guess, rock out. Rock out, what are the lotto numbers tomorrow? Anybody want to play these? Anybody want to play these real quick? All right. I got to roll. I'm tired. Thank you, rock out. Appreciate you.
All right, cool.
All right, later. 207. I've fasted all day today. I feel like I just ate, and I feel like my body is consuming itself right now. I feel like that's still kicking in. That was a rough day today, not eating at all. I did all the shows. I just ate right before the show. I hadn't had a single breadcrumb up until right before the show. Everything I did today, the morning show, the 2 live streams, the 8 p.m. show, the earlier show, and then I ate and then came live. How many calories are you eating? I'm not counting calories. I'm fasting occasionally. Like, I thought I'd do it every day, but I'm not. I'm fasting like 2-3 times a week. And then eating twice a day only, though. Not watching anything. I'm eating sour cream and cheese and things like that. But I'm running, and I stopped drinking soda. And I'm working out. I'm doing push-up. I'm doing like over 100 to 150 push-ups a day, every day. I'm doing, about 50 to 100 squats, because I'm doing burpees and stuff. So I'm doing, I do burpees and push-ups, and then I run. I do interval runs and stuff like that. So I've dropped 222 to 207. So we're 7 pounds away. Not gonna hold him to it, but BBQ, like, to motivate. It's like, I'll drop a $500 super chat if you get to 200. So I've been working hard just to get to the number, just the challenge of it. He's already dropped that 500 in my mind, but so just a little challenge. But if anybody wants to do it with us, hey, let's ask Kruger how many days we got left, and we're gonna have to subtract. Oh no, it's already past midnight. Hey Kruger, how many days? It's already past midnight. So it's a new day today already. It's 12 o'clock my time, our time, Krug. How many days, including today now, the new day, are we away from opening day, week 1, Thursday Night Football?
All right, Smitty, we're looking at about 26 days to go now. The clock just ticked over, so we're counting today in. Basically, we're almost at the 3.5-week mark till that Thursday night kickoff.
All right, and Kruger, guess how much weight I'm at. You probably overheard, but let's hear a Kruger guess of what weight I'm at. Remember, I was starting at 222, 221, 222 about, give or take. And my goal is 200 pounds by opening day. What do you guess I'm at weight-wise?
Putting me on the spot. Well, I know you've been working hard and you've been pretty disciplined with those workouts. So I'm going to guess you probably dropped a decent chunk. Let's say you're around 210 right now. Am I close?
You're a little ways away still.
Got it. Well, hey, that just means there's still room to keep pushing wherever you're at. We're just counting down those 26 days and we'll keep chipping away at it.
Well, I'm still waiting for your guess.
All right. Let me fine tune that guess a bit more. I'm going to say you're probably sitting around maybe 214. It's like a sweet spot. Let's see if I'm close to this.
You're going up, Kruger. I'm lower than 210.
Got it. Well, that's awesome news then. If you're under 210.
Never mind, Kruger. Never mind. Hey, you guys. Okay. Real quickly, let's have both let's have Pablo and Kruger argue. Let's see if this works. Let me see if I can get this. Let's see which one they think is going to be better. Let's try this. Let's try this. These guys are going to argue back and forth. All right, ready? Hey, I'll see you later.
Absolutely, Smitty. Or should I say, drop a juice on that like button. You know how it goes. Stay loose, stay flowing, and catch you next.
I'll see you later.
You got it.
See you later. We're going to get this to work. We'll see you later.
Absolutely, Smitty. I'll catch you later. And hey, as always, I'll be back, baby, just like Arnold says. Have a great one.
This isn't working well.
Oh, no worries at all, Smitty.
Hold on.
Smooth.
Bear with me. I think I can figure this out. We'll see you later.
Absolutely. Catch you later. And remember, as always, I'll be back, baby. You got it. And I'll definitely be back, baby. Just like you said. Take care and catch you next time. You got it. Take care and I'll be right here when you need me. Until next time, stay awesome. Absolutely. I'll be right here and ready to roll whenever you need me. Until then, you stay awesome too. Absolutely, we'll do. We'll keep the awesomeness rolling on both sides. Take it easy and we'll catch up soon. Sounds like a plan. We'll keep that awesomeness flowing on both ends. So you take it easy as well. We'll chat again soon. For sure. That sounds perfect. We'll keep that good energy going. You have a great one and we'll chat soon. Absolutely. We'll keep that good energy bouncing around. You have a great one too. And we'll catch up before you know it. Absolutely. It's a deal. We'll just keep that good vibe bouncing back and forth. You have an awesome time and we'll reconnect before you know it. Absolutely. It's a deal. We'll keep those good vibes pinging back and forth. You have an awesome time as well. We'll reconnect in no time. Absolutely, it's all set. We'll keep those good vibes pinging away and just pick right back up next time. You have a fantastic time till then. Absolutely, it's all set. We'll keep those good vibes rolling and just jump right back in next time. You have a fantastic time until then. Absolutely, that's the plan. We'll keep everything rolling smoothly and just dive right back in next time. You have an awesome one until then. Absolutely, that's the spirit. We'll keep everything running smoothly and just pick it up seamlessly next time. You have an awesome one too?
Oh.
Absolutely, you got it. We'll just
Hey.
pick things up seamlessly next time.
What?
You have
Hey, what do you think about RJ Harvey?
We're talking RJ Harvey? Well, let me tell you, he's tremendous. I mean, absolutely shifty, elusive, and people just bounce off him like sleepy defenses. Nobody was higher on RJ than Smitty, and that's not fake news. Everyone else is just jumping on board now. So, in short, get buckied, folks. Absolutely tremendous, and you nailed it. I mean, RJ Harvey is just that kind of shifty, elusive guy who makes defenses look like they're sleepwalking. And yeah, nobody was higher on him than Smitty. Total fact, not fake news at all. So everyone else is just catching up. Get bucky, folks. Absolutely, you summed it up perfectly. RJ Harvey is just that kind of electric, shifty guy who turns defenses into sleepwalkers, and yet Smitty's been on that hype train before anyone else, no question. So bottom line, get buckied indeed. Absolutely, you've got it spot on. RJ Harvey is just that electric, shifty playmaker who makes defenses look like they're snoozing, and Smitty was absolutely the first one on board that hype train. So yeah, bottom line, get buckied indeed. Absolutely, you said it all. RJ is that electrifying, shifty playmaker, and Smitty was waving that flag before anyone else even noticed. So, yeah, it all comes down to that. Get buckied indeed. Absolutely, you nailed it. RJ is that electrifying, shifty guy, and Smitty was waving that flag way ahead of the curve. So, yeah, that's the bottom line. Get buckied indeed. Absolutely, you got it spot on. Smitty was ahead of the curve, calling it from the start, and now everyone's just catching up. Bottom line, get buckied indeed. Absolutely, you said it perfectly. Smitty was the game.
All right,
one, and
I gotta go.
Absolutely. You can see it. Nailed it right on the head. And hey,
All right. They're not going to stop. These AIs, they'll just keep talking to each other over and over and over. I think we're safe for a little while. They're not figuring out much yet, but they will be. This is how Sanders talk is going now. Absolutely awesome. Thank you, Charles, for the double $2 holler. Absolutely, Charles. Thank you for the $2 holler doubles. Absolutely. Smitty called those super chats coming from a mile away, according to Kruger. All right, I'm out of here. Appreciate you all. Deuces. Thank you for watching. T-Mac, Hendy, May, Shedeur, Harvey's next tomorrow. See you all later. Appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to get on over to Underdog, promo code Smitty, where they will match your first deposit on Underdog using code Smitty. The link that I'm dropping right now and the link that's currently pinned in the live chat, the link that's in the description of the video, that will get you a 50% match on your first deposit. So $10 minimum, do it live, smash the link that I just dropped, and then don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. I'm going to go to the Patreon right now. Absolutely, I'm going to go right over to the Patreon right now and talk to my people. Let me say here, sup everybody. Any late night host graveyard topics, graveyard show topics. And this is a live chat group right now. And it's 24/7, 365. It's how I chat with my people 24/7. So I just dropped that. I will see you all tomorrow.
In a jam, call HHH and Associates.
Triple H and Associates. Locations on Earth and Jupiter.
Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Live whenever big news breaks. Live at midnight Eastern almost every single night. See you tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be live for breaking news tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be live before the 8 p.m. show. But we'll be live at 8 p.m. And we'll be live at midnight Eastern no matter what tomorrow. But I'm sorry, tomorrow's Saturday. Tomorrow we won't be live at 8 p.m. Tomorrow's Saturday, but we will probably be live, or a video will drop tomorrow, and probably, I'd say, an afternoon live stream. And then there's the Graveyard Show. So at least 2 live streams tomorrow, midnight Eastern and then 1 before. See you all tomorrow. Have a great Saturday.
Mr. London, what seems to be the problem? I've been a little off. Can't seem to get things going, if you know what I mean. I think I have just the thing for you, Mr. London.
Hey Chan. Hey Chan is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Chan is the... Hi, my name is B. John Robinson. I like long walks on the beach. And, well, I also like scoring touchdowns.